Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. So let's start. Okay. So last class we discussed about the classification of yarn. I'm not asking questions. Okay, you just listen here. We just classify the yarns into three. One is simple yarn, another one novelty yarn, and textured yarn. These are the three type of yarns. Okay. So look here. This is a cotton fiber. Just imagine this is a cotton fiber, and here, I'm going to twist these two fibers into two. Okay. So this is our fiber. When I twist it like this, it is called as yarn. Okay. And I'm using these twisted yarns together like this to form fabric. Is that clear? This is all about fiber, yarn, and fabric. So in this chapter, we are discussing the classification of yarns. So we can classify the yarns into three, that is simple yarn, novelty yarn, and the last one, Sanjana, that is textured yarn. Okay,
Texture.
textured yarn. Okay. So first one, that is simple yarn. Simple yarns are all the natural fibers or man-made fibers comes under the simple yarn. Okay. Then again, the simple yarns are classified into three, that is single ply yarn. This is a single ply yarn, which means it is usually produced by twisting together the staple of fibers or filament fibers. Staple fibers means the short fibers like this. It is called as staple fibers. The long fibers that are called as filament fibers. Okay. So here for preparing or for creating single ply yarn, I am twisting together these staple fibers. That is our single ply yarn like this. This is the single ply yarn. Okay. And again, I'm using these single ply yarn, two or more yarns are spin together. That is called as multiple ply yarn. Here you can see this is a single yarn. Okay. And here two yarns are here, right? So multiple yarns, that is called as multiple ply yarn. Again, this much, this is a multiple yarn. But here I'm using the multiple ply yarn to create the cord yarn. Okay, so cord yarn means by twisting two or more ply yarns. Is that clear? That is all about the classification of yarns. And second one, that is novelty yarn. Novelty. Novelty yarn means we are adding something extra or decorative materials to a fiber. That is called as novelty yarn. Okay. And in the case of textured yarn, all the artificially manufactured fibers comes under the textured yarn, like the polyester, nylon. All these are prepared by simply the artificial methods. That is our textured yarn. Then we discussed about different methods for the construction of fabric. So very common method, that is weaving. Weaving is a very common method. I'll show the video. Then we have another method, that is knitting, felting, braids, and laces. All these are the four methods for the construction of cloth. So the first one, that is weaving. Okay, when you heard this term weaving, it simply means interlacing. Okay, whenever you heard this term weaving, okay, it's very important to connect it with interlacing. So weaving means you are interlacing weft and warp yarns like this, okay, to construct a cloth. Now it's clear, right? That is weaving, the process of interlacing our warp yarns and weft yarns together. That is the process. That process is called as weaving. So look here, this is width, right? This is the width, okay, or this is a horizontal line, isn't it? Or the sleeping line. That is our weft yarn. Weft yarns, because the widthwise yarns are called as weft yarn. And the length, this is the lengthwise yarns. Okay, so lengthwise yarns are called as warp yarns, or the vertical lines are called as warp yarns. Okay, and here you can see this is the weft yarn, okay, that cover our warp yarn like this, right? Like this. So here you can see an edge. This is called as selvage. Okay, this is selvage. So there are two main methods to create the cloth. One or to manufacture the cloth. One is hand operated loom. Another one is the power operated loom. But the parts are same for hand operated loom and our machine operated or power operated loom. So first one, that is beam. I'll show this video also. The beam means there are two beams in this parts of loom. First is warp beam. Warp beam means we already discussed what is warp, right? So these warp threads are wrapped around on a beam or wrapped on a beam, that is called as warp beam. Okay, and here the final product is wrapped around a beam, that is called as cloth beam. Okay, that is cloth beam. Then we have harness. Harness and reed are the frames like this. Okay, like this. The frames are harness and reed. And these harness and reed are mainly used to control the movements of this warp and weft yarns or the complete process. Okay, and here in this is a harness, and here you can see the wires like this. Okay, these wires are called as heddles. Okay, is it clear? Then shuttle. Shuttle means it's hold something like this. Okay, this hold, this shuttle, this is called a shuttle. This shuttle holds the weft yarns like this, and we insert the shuttle to this, okay, for interlacing. These are the parts of loop. So let's watch a video of these parts and all, okay? How was the video? You can see the shuttle there, right?
Ma'am,
And also
but
the
what
beam.
was that? They're doing like this, pulling something, I think.
I'll show another video for you. We already discussed about 3 different steps, right? The beating up and all, shedding and all. That's what they're doing there. Look here, before that. Yeah, these are the 3 steps in weaving. Are you there, Nestle? Yeah, these are the 3 steps in weaving. First one, that is shedding. Okay, you already saw, right? The rising and lowering of this warp yarns like this. Yeah, okay. And then next is picking, which means inserting of weft yarns by shuttle. You already see the shuttle in that video, right? Okay, they are inserting that. And again, last one, that is beating up, which means they compact like this. I'll show the video, okay, which means for packing this weft yarns, they compact it together like this. Okay, I'll show hand operated looms and power operated loom. Okay, in the case of hand operated loom, we just insert like this. In the case of power operated, everything is in machine operated one. Okay, so these are the, now it's clear, right, Sanjana? These
Yes,
are
ma'am.
the methods of weaving. Okay, and there are different types of weaves. Okay, there are different types of weaves. They are different, or there are different kinds of clothes like velvet, satin, and all. All these are the different clothes, right? Mainly this difference is because of the weaving pattern. How they weave, it differs their pattern or their property. Okay, so let's discuss one by one. Or we already discussed that this weaving means it's a process of interlacing of a warp and weft yarns, right? So the differences in this interlacing of the warp and weft yarns leads to plain weave, rib weave, twill weave, and all. Okay, so let's discuss one by one. So the first weave, that is plain weave. First weave, that is plain weave. Okay, so these plain weave, the main characteristics of this plain weave is that both front side and back side are almost similar. Okay, is that clear? The plain weave. The plain weave, this is very commonly used one, and it is the simplest weave. The surface is very smooth and very common weave, which means both sides look alike, which means the front side or the front portion of the fabric and the wrong side of the fabric look same in this one. And each weft thread cross the warp thread by going over one, then under weft yarn alternatively passed over and under one warp yarns. Okay, this weft yarns are passing like this, one another like this. That is our plain weave. Okay, in this plain weave, both our front and back side of the fabric look same because the warp yarns and weft yarns are simply interlacing together, which means our weft yarn, this is weft yarn is passed over and under the warp yarns like this. Okay, that's why it looks same. So this is a very common and cheap weave, which means the price is very low for this plain weave. Okay. So warp yarns are the vertical yarns and horizontal are the weft yarns. Yeah, it is comparatively inexpensive. And due to this, both right and wrong side of the cloth look alike. What is the reason? Both front side and back side look same. Okay, for this plain weave and all.
Ma'am, so for weaving only two colors can be used?
Two colors can be used, no problem. Then
No,
it's look
like
different.
if it is weft and warp, only two types of thread, I
Yes.
mean yarn is there, right?
Yes. So look here, but there are some differences in this plain weave. Plain weave are of two types. One is rib weave, another one is basket weave. The rib weave and basket weave are also the examples, or it comes under the plain weave itself. We already know the plain weave means one warp yarns and weft yarns are interlacing, or one goes under and it comes to the front, again it goes behind and come to the front. That is a plain weave. That's why the both side look same or both side look similar, alike. Okay. The rib weave. In the case of rib weave is an example of plain weave. Basket weave is also an example of rib weave. Sorry, the plain weave. Okay. So first one, that is rib weave. Look, the main difference, that is two or more warp yarns. Warp yarns means the lengthwise yarns, right? The lengthwise yarns are called as warp yarns. So two or more warp yarns are taken. So look here. Two or more warp yarns are used here and single weft is woven, which means single weft is used and two or more warp yarns are used. Okay, which means two or more lengthwise yarns are used and one widthwise yarn is using. So here, what about this one? This is weft or warp yarn?
Weft.
Weft yarn. Okay. What about this one?
Warp.
Warp yarns. So here, look, one again like this. Which means you just think that two or more warp yarns are used and single weft is woven, that is called as rib weave. Okay, that is rib weave. Rib weave is an example of the plain weave. And look here, next one, the basket weave. Main difference you can see 2:2, like this. That's why we call it as basket weave, which means when we are using two weft yarns, it's very important to use two warp yarns also. Okay, the similar number. 2:2, 3:3, 4:4, that is our basket weave. In the case of here, two warp yarns or one weft yarn, or three warp yarns or one weft yarn, four warp yarns or one weft yarn is taken. Okay, but here in the case of basket weave, this is 2:2. Okay, otherwise like this. This is 3:3. Okay, that is all about basket weave. Okay, I'll read. You can take your textbook, page number 98. Okay, there are many kind of clothes available in the market. Okay, like satin, velvet, towel, etc. So this change can be achieved by the help of harness. Help of harness, because we are using this harness to manage the movement of this warp and weft yarns. And basic weaves means the plain weave. There is another name for this plain weave, that is our basic weaves. Okay, so basic weaves are of two, that is plain weave, twill weave and satin weave. These are the, it's not about the plain weave. There are three types of weave. One is, okay, you just take your note. Please take your note, everyone, take your note and just write Just give the heading, types of weaves. Types of weaves. First one, that is basic weave. First one, that is basic weave. We classify this basic weaves into three. Just write basic weave. We classify the basic weaves into three. One is plain weave. Next one, twill weave. And last one, that is satin weave. Okay. And again, this plain weave is classified into two. That is our rib weave and basket weave. Okay. And next type of weave, that is fancy weave. Fancy weave. The fancy weaves are of four types. That is pile weave, P-I-L-E, pile weave, jacquard weave, leno weave, and dobby weave. These are the fancy weaves. D-O-B-B-Y and leno, L-E-N-O weave. Okay. So these are the type of weaves. There are two type of weave. One is basic weave, another one is fancy weave. Okay. So here I'm going to classify the basic weaves into three. So first classification, that is plain weave. So plain weave is a basic weave. Twill weave is a basic weave and satin weave is a basic weave. Okay. The plain weave, there are two types of plain weave. One is rib weave, another one is basket weave. Okay. In this plain weave, one weft and one warp is used. Simple weave, that is called as the plain weave. Okay. And plain weave, we again classified into rib and basket weave. In the case of basket weave, two weft yarns and two warp yarns are using. Okay. Which means two vertical yarn. Sorry, whenever we use two vertical yarns, it's important to use two warp yarns. Or whenever we use three warp yarns, it's important to use three weft yarns. That is called as basket weave. Where is it? Yes, the basket weave. Okay, so the basket weave and rib weave are the examples of plain weave. Is it clear? This is the whole classification of weaves. I'll give you notes. Okay, you can read. Sanjana, what's the page number of different kinds of weaves?
Ma'am,
98.
page number 98.
98, right? Okay. Nestle, we are discussing about different kinds of weaves. You can take, okay. So we discussed about plain weave. Okay, plain weave means the surface is very smooth. These are the characteristics of plain weave. Okay, the surface that is very smooth and it is a very common weave. Very common because look, this goes behind and it comes to the front. Again, it goes behind and it comes to the front like this. This type of weaving, that is the plain weave. Okay, both weft and warp yarns are interlacing together. Okay, that's why the both sides look alike in the case of plain weave. And there are two type of plain weave. One is rib weave, another one is basket weave. Okay. Next one, twill weave. Next weave. What is the specialty of this weave? It's evident here. Twill weave. Any idea? What is the main characteristics of this twill weave? Nestle, you can answer. Or Sanjana, just think.
Ma'am, Nestle is telling the topic is different.
Okay, okay. Any idea?
Ma'am, it's going in this direction maybe.
What direction? Like a diagonal, right? That is the main speciality of this twill weave. Okay, this is the main characteristics of twill weave, which means the weaving pattern is like a diagonal weave. That is the characteristics of the twill weave. Diagonal pattern is created. It is usually used in jeans, bags, and more. Okay, usually jeans, you can take it and refer. Okay, just take a jeans and look how the weaving pattern of jeans. Okay, that's why this twill weave is very strong and very popular. It is very durable one due to this diagonal pattern. That's why we use these pattern for making the jeans and all. Okay. That's why it leads to the characteristics of durability. Okay, so weft is woven after regular intervals of warp yarns. The main characteristics of twill weave, that is the diagonal pattern. It is commonly used in jeans and all, and twill is very popular because of its durable characteristics. Okay, that is a difference. In the case of this basket weave, it's like this, 2:2. This is a basket weave, or otherwise 3:3. This is the basket weave. In the case of twill weave, the main characteristics, it's weave when we finish the product, it's look like a diagonal pattern. It creates a diagonal pattern like this. Okay, that is the main speciality of twill weave. And due to this weaving pattern, this twill weave, okay, due to this weaving pattern, due to this diagonal pattern, that's why we use these twill weaves in jeans and all, due to the durability. Okay, because this diagonal pattern of weaving that create the characteristics more durable one. Okay, next weave, that is satin weave. Okay, so basic weaves are classified into three. One is plain weave, another one is twill weave, and the third one, that is satin weave. What is the specialty of satin clothes, Sanjana?
It's like very smooth.
Very smooth, right? Very smooth. This is mainly because the weft is woven, leaving 1 or 2 or 4 yarns of warp. Like this. Look. Again, one is hidden. Like this. Okay, that is a speciality of the satin weave. In this weave, one side of the cloth is very smooth, right? The one side of the cloth that is very smooth, the satin cloth, that is our satin weave. The main speciality, that is the smoothness of the one side of the cloth. Okay, that is the easy way to identify the satin cloth, because one side is very smooth. In this weave, weft is not clearly exposed. The weft yarns are not clearly exposed. Only warp yarns are visible. Only the warp yarns are visible, because the weft is woven leaving 1 or 2 or 4 yarns of warp yarns. That's why. And it is not very durable. That is the difference between twill weave and satin weave. Twill weave, due to that diagonal pattern, it creates a diagonal pattern that creates a durable one, and here that's a durable one. And in the case of satin weaves, it's not very durable since it has less interlacing. That is a reason. Okay, and they are relatively weak. I'll send the notes. Okay, you can learn, no problem. Take time and learn. It has a shiny surface, the satin weave and all. So look here, just write the twill weave and write durable, and then write satin, that is less durable. Less durable. Satin, that is less durable, and twill, that is durable. And for satin, just write it has less interlacing. For satin weave, it has less interlacing. It has less interlacing. That is a reason for less durability. Okay. So these are the three basic weave. One is plain weave. Plain weave we again classified into two, that is rib weave and basket weave. Then we have twill weave, and the last type of weave under the basic weave, that is satin weave. Okay. Then next weave, that is spile weave. Okay, next weave, that is spile weave. This spile weave, jacquard weave, leno weave, dobie weave, all these are the weaves that comes under the fancy weaves. Okay, it comes under the fancy weaves. So first one, pile weave. This is not a basic weave, this is a fancy weave. Okay, in the case of basic weave, we are using the weft and warp yarns, right? But in the case of here, one extra yarn is inserted, or one extra yarn gives a fabric more texture, like this. Okay, this is single one, and here another one like this. Okay, When I cut like this, it is called as cut pile, or otherwise it is called as non-cut pile weaves. Okay, like the towels and all, that's why we use the pile weave. Okay, and it creates, due to this extra yarn, it gives a raised surface like this. Okay, the absorbency is also very high for this pile weave. Clear? Okay.
Ma'am, so blankets are
Yes, yes.
pile weave.
Yes. When I cut this pile weave, that is called as cut pile. Okay. When I insert an extra yarn like this, that is uncut pile. When I cut it, that is called as cut pile. Okay. You just take your textbook. Take your textbook and just read page number 98, the plain weave, twill weave, and satin weave. Just read that. Finish? Okay. So these fancy weaves are mainly used to make decorative fabrics, okay, because it's entirely different from the basic weaves. So pile weave, that is the first fancy weave. So pile weave, this kind of weave is produced with an extra set of warp yarns, or extra set of weft yarn is used. An extra yarn is used in pile weave. That is a key term, extra yarn. Okay, and if the pile yarns are cut, it is called as cut pile. And if the pile yarns are not cut, it is known as uncut pile. It's there in your textbook. You can read. Okay, then by cutting, the surface of cloth becomes soft. Okay, when it is a cut pile, the surface of these clothes become very soft. That's why we use these clothes for towels, as towels and all, or napkins and all. Okay, because it's increased the absorbency of the cloth with this cutting feature. Okay, pile weave. Next weave, that is jacquard weave. Jacquard weave. Okay, what is the specialty of these weaves? Any idea? Just have a look. What is the specialty?
Designs are there.
Yes, the very complex designs are here, right? We need a different kind of loom to create jacquard weave. For the plain weave or the rib weave, basket weave and all, we can normally use a hand operated loom or power operated loom. But for creating the jacquard weave, we need a different loom only for the jacquard, which means more complex designs are here. That's why we use another or different loom, okay, for creating the jacquard weave. The big designs are there, or the unique designs are there. That is our jacquard weave. This is a fancy weave. It's very evident, right? The jacquard weaves are the fancy weave because it is mainly used to make a decorative fabrics. Okay, the big designs are here, or the complex designs or the unique designs are created. We call it as jacquard weave. Different and unique shape. We can create any shape according to our need, and separate loom is used to create the jacquard weave, not like the rib weave and basic weave. And it is fairly expensive because what is the reason? Because we are using a different loom for creating the jacquard weave and the designs are very complex. We need different colored or different weft and warp yarns and all. That is why this is very expensive. So what about the plain weave? Plain weave is less expensive, right? Jacquard is highly expensive. And twill weave, that is very durability or very durable due to this diagonal pattern, right? Due to these interlacing pattern, the twill weave is very durable. What about satin? While interlacing, they are not
Ma'am, is
strong,
it,
right? They are skipping.
costly?
Sanjana?
Satin. Is satin costly?
Satin, not much costly, but jacquard is very much expensive when we compare other weaves. Okay, satin is also expensive when we compare it with plain rib and all. Okay, because the smooth characteristics of that fabric, because one side of the fabric is very smooth. That's why. Okay. And it repeats the large designs. It's very difficult to create or to repeat the same large complex designs by a hand operated loom, right? That's why we use different loom to create a jacquard weave, to create the very big or the complex designs. Okay, so the jacquard weave is a fancy weave. And last one, sorry, Leno weave. The second last one, that is Leno weave. Leno weave is again a fancy weave. Each weft yarn, what is weft yarn? Vertical or horizontal? Weft yarns.
Sleeping line.
The sleeping lines, yes. The horizontal lines like this, right? Okay, the yarns or the fibers when we use in this way, that is the weft yarns. Okay, so this weft yarn is encircled by two warp yarns. These are the warp yarns, right? Okay. This yarn is going to insert these two weft yarns. This is a speciality of Leno weave. I'll repeat once again. After the class, you may please read your textbook. I'll send the notes so it will be clear for you. So look, the lengthwise yarns are called as warp yarn, right? These are the warp yarns. So here I'm using two warp yarns and I'm going to insert a weft yarn through these one. Okay, I'm going to insert like this. This is a speciality of Leno weave. Clear? Leno weave is a fancy weave. Again, it is a fancy weave. So each weft yarn is encircled by two warp yarns twisted about each other because it's already twisted like this. And when we insert one weft yarns like this, this is this feature of Leno weave. Clear? Okay. Then the last one, that is Dobby weave. D-O-B-B-Y, Dobby weave. Okay, it is mainly with the geometrical figures and all. Mainly we use for shirts, creating shirt and all. Shirt, yes, that is a specialty. The small squares or rectangles are there. Geometrical, any geometrical shapes are there. That is our Dobby weave. Small designs. Jacquard weave, very complex or unique designs, right? In the case of jacquard weave, we need an extra loom or extra. Yes, we use a different loom to create jacquard weave, right? In the case of Dobby weave, very small designs are used, or the geometrical figures. You can see the geometrical figures in Dobby weave. Okay, I'm not taking. Next.
Me something.
No problem. Just we classify the weaves into two. One is basic weave, another one is fancy weave. Okay, we classify the weaves into two, just like as we classify the yarn into three and all. And again, these basic weaves are classified into three, or there are three type of basic weave: the rib weave, basket weave, then satin, twill, plain. All these are the example of basic weave. The spiral weave, jacquard weave, Leno weave, and Dobby weaves are the example of fancy weave. For something, or we add something extra to that cloth or to that fabric. That is a fancy weave. Something extra is there. Okay. In pile weave, extra yarn is used, or extra weft yarn or extra warp yarn is used. When we cut it, it is called as cut pile. Okay. That create a more absorbency. That's another feature. Then we have jacquard weave. Jacquard means big designs are there in curtains and all. You can see your curtain and all. You can see the jacquard weaves. Very unique or big designs are there. Okay, so we use different loom to create jacquard weave. Then we have Leno weave. Leno weave means two lengthwise yarns are used and it's encircle like this. The weft yarns encircle or it goes through that twisted one. Okay, that is Leno weave. And the last one, that is Dobby weave. In the case of Dobby weave, geometrical figures are used. Okay, that mainly it is used for creating shirts and all. Okay, rest we will discuss in the next class. Okay, I'll send the notes. You just read, and next class you can ask doubt. Okay, take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.